So you'd think with Christmas coming up, the winter solstice beginning on Wednesday, we'd have a whole lot to talk about, but we don't. But that's what they pay us to do, is to talk. So we're going to move it along anyway, nonetheless. Tonight, not a whole lot going on. We've got, well, Christmas lights. That's something to look at. A little bit of whitish tinge if you're really careful looking around, and temperatures that are starting to be slowly descending as they have been throughout the day. In fact, temperatures really haven't been moving. Even here in Bemidji, we've only been dropping down maybe about 5 degrees since afternoon time. Cloud cover will do that for you, but the barometer is slowly falling, so maybe things will shake up, but then again, maybe not. Around the North Country right now, most of us are in the teens. There are some exceptions. Twin Cities, they're in the mid-20s, but for the most part, even along the Red River Valley, they're just about to dip into the teens. We're starting to make a slow descent, but the temperatures really are not going to be bottoming out tonight. On average, definitely where you would suspect, we are warmer than average. The record high temperature, 45 degrees. You see what's happening right now. We're getting new record high temps. In fact, over the weekend, we had temperatures that along the Red River Valley were in the mid-50s, 55 degrees in Fargo over the weekend. So very non-Christmas-like weather. The record is 42. We set another high temperature record in Bemidji today. Records are falling left and right. Far cry from the record low of 45 below. But here's the good thing. At least daylight is not going to be losing a whole lot more with the solstice coming on Wednesday, the longest day, or the shortest day of the year, I should say, the longest kind of night. 43 degrees in Grand Rapids right now. That's a little on the warm side. There's sort of a heat urban island right there. 32 up in Ely. They're getting a little warmer. 40 down in the Twin Cities. Those were the highs today. Some of those, like we said, record high temperatures. Lows, a lot of these were around midday. In fact, some of these high temperatures were around midnight, while some of the lows also were during the daytime. So it's been one of those days. 19 up at International Falls. 27, most stayed below the freezing mark for that, at least the low anyway. So at least we're getting at least some ice building at night, but I wouldn't call this a typical Minnesota winter. Those of you that just moved in, well, this isn't so bad. What can you say? Only one weather eye reporting today. I think the rest of them were too disgusted with Minnesota's weather to report in. Don saw 2 entire snowflakes and a couple of clouds today. 29 for that daytime high. Not sure if that was a record there. 22 for the low as well. Very, very uneventful. Here's why we've got it. Big bubble of high pressure right over the Midwest. You get all this moisture coming in and it just slams into that high pressure and just goes, well, nowhere here anyway. So instead of showing you a radar, we'll show you the satellite map where we got nothing moving in. Just some cloud cover that's refusing to break up, being rather stubborn, but that should begin through the overnight. So what we can look forward to is tomorrow. Sunshine will eventually take over. Could be some clouds in the morning. Could be some clouds as we move toward the evening as well, but otherwise a decent enough day, getting closer to normal temperatures, but I wouldn't say we're going to be quite there as well. We've got a little warmer temperatures down as you head to the south. As you get to the I-94 corridor, we'll be closer to the freezing mark, but still a pretty mild day. So tonight, we're going to be seeing a mostly cloudy night, but things will begin to break up as we go through the overnight. We'll drop down to about 13 degrees, so at least we'll get some ice building, which is good for those of you like me who want to build a pond hockey rink. I can play Josh in a little pond hockey. Tomorrow, not the best day for pond hockey because it's going to be a good work day. Clouds will be increasing as we move toward the evening, though, 26 that high, and beyond that, as we get closer into Christmas time, things are going to be looking, well, rather quiet. Our last best chance for a white Christmas comes up on Wednesday. Ironically enough, that's going to be the winter solstice. Doesn't look like a great chance. I hate to tell you, we're going to get a dusting at the most, and it should be quiet from there right through Christmas weekend.
Well, even a dusting would brighten things up a little bit on the ground.
I wish I had stock in shingles because when Santa lands, rips them all off.
Oh, it's going to be a problem.
It's going to be harsh.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. Okay. Thanks, Dave.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.